All right, everyone. I just wanted to cover love real quick because I know that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to define or misinterpret in a lot of ways. And I thought about love for a very long time, and especially with my first marriage, it did not go very well, and it made me question a lot of the things I assumed about people and our interactions with other people. And a lot of people will come to that. So, what's important is to understand that love is reciprocal. That means both parties are involved. So, if you find yourself loving someone who is not reciprocating, that is not love. So, loving someone who's not reciprocating is in fact not love, because love is relational, and it's reciprocal. So you cannot love somebody if they don't love you. It is not possible, which is weird, and it's contradictory slightly because they would have to love you. So if they're loving you and you don't, yeah. So, but both parties are required for love to be a thing, and it needs to be reciprocal. So I love you and you love me. That's love. It is not love. And we show love through actions. So you can say you love someone all day, but remember, talking is of the left hemisphere. It is of the luciferian intellect. It can very easily manipulate you and tell you things you want to hear so that you love it. So you love him, and he don't love you. So that's why we use he when we refer to the devil. It's because he is, of the nature of male. So males are verbally articulate and very, especially on the extreme end of our ability to articulate. Like if you imagine the bell curves between men and women and who would be the most articulate, whatever grading scale we would use to measure that and rationalize, men would probably come out on top. But it's not to say that men are better than women. It's just to mean we're probably also worse at articulating things. So like the worst at articulating is probably also men. But if you were to take the most extreme men who are articulate and turn them evil and keep them of the left hemisphere, they're probably the type of person I would expect Hitler to be. So that's how you get someone like that. It's through the luciferian intellect. They thought they had all the answers. Everything they had to do, everything they wanted had to do with solutions. They thought they had all the solutions. The only thing they didn't conclude was love, and that they needed to love each other. And that is the main truth that Jesus added that is necessary to understand the Bible. And that was severely lacking with the Germans. So at that time, I love you, Germans. So that's what I wanted to talk about, was about love. I could expand upon it more, but I kind of wanted to elaborate on what love means, because most people don't define it the way I do. And a lot of people like to say it's like an emotion only, but the emotion is what causes the attachment. It's the meaning that attaches you to that person. So it could just be hormones. It could be a lot of things. It's like that flutter in your stomach. It's the way you feel about someone. But if it's irrational, whether it's purely emotion, which means you need both hemispheres to understand whether or not you truly love someone. You need to understand your feelings and how your emotions are applying, but also what's happening and comporting with reality, or not comporting, but mapping onto reality. So if what you're mapping isn't a good map, then you're not seeing what you're expecting. You're expecting to find love on the map, and it doesn't say love, then you're utilizing too much of your right hemisphere and not enough of both. So you need to see that this person doesn't love you with your map, or they do love you with your map. Like, what is telling you that? It's both your instincts and your affect. So the heuristic understanding, which requires you to be in relationships. People need to get out of their house, go meet people, fall in love, find out what makes people tick and you tick when you're in a relationship, And that gives you a better understanding of that dichotomy. And when you're in that dichotomy, you understand it better. And you can manipulate, or not manipulate it, obviously that would be the left hemisphere, but you can engage with it and comprehend it and have a relationship with it. So we need to make sure that we are utilizing it in that way. Love is reciprocity. Love is a two-way street. Love with a being and another being, two-way street. Can't be a one-way street. So and you don't love things, when you connect with things, that's fine if you're utilizing for a purpose, which is very utilitarian. Like, this thing has a purpose. It's a thing, but make sure you don't apply that to people. Like, people are not things. They're not means to ends. They are ends in and of themselves, and they're beautiful, and we should nurture them and take care of them and hold each other tightly, because life is precious and it's fleeting. So make sure that you understand love correctly and don't fall victim to the Luciferian intellect. Thanks, guys. Love you.